So let's talk about the background of Rocky Plains Brewing Limited. It's a beer brewing company that's been in the beer production business for over 100 years and has built a reputation for being one of the well-known brands across the United States. Family-run business that had been taken over by another multinational brewery within 80 years. The company did their own brewing, however, they used a local label supplier, Gilpin Printing, for their labeling. And Mike Pearson, who was the materials manager at Rocky Plains, he was the connection between the label supplier and his own company. They are well known for their beer products of extremely high quality, and they followed maintaining the usage of raw materials that were of high standards. They had their own brewing method, and they had a strong workforce with approximately 500 employees, and they had brewed a tremendous amount of beer, between 3 to 4 million barrels yearly. Rocky Plains was intending on terminating the label contract with Gilpin Printing as of May 30th for a number of reasons that required further analysis.
So I'm going to be talking about the key issues of our case, the key issues for Rocky Plains Brewing Limited. The main issue here is the termination of a label contract by Rocky Plains. They wanted to terminate this contract that they had with their supplier Gilpin Printing Incorporated and expected a $690,000 as a contractual rebate payment. So Gilpin refused to pay this rebate and demanded a 4.4 million wire transfer to continue the supply. So Gilpin had been a supplier to Rocky Plains for about 15 years now. And since this contract was about to expire, Rocky Plains wanted to go out and explore more suppliers, other options in the market. The main concern of the purchasing department of Rocky Plains was the financial problems that Gilpin Printing was having. So they wanted to explore for other options of suppliers for better pricing, materials, and printing methods. Gilpin was having financial problems. They were unable to cover their financial losses for about 2 years. And there were also rumors that the owner wanted to sell the company, sell this business. This termination of contract led Gilpin to retaliate, and they held back shipments that were supposed to go out to Rocky Plains. They refused to pay the rebate and demanded a 4.4 million for inventory, pending orders, and outstanding invoices. This would cause a production problem and label shortages at Rocky Plains. This interruption in production would start right away, for which they needed a plan as soon as possible. So these are the key issues for the case.
Rocky Price is one of the most recorded beer brands in the U.S., known for the production high-quality product comprised by high standard of raw materials, proper brewing methods, and strict manufacturing process. In the past, Brewing could not control the company's finance rules and Mark had that company will be sued, so he wants to terminate the long-term relation with the supplier. In order to provide a supplier with better price, material, and print methods, the company decided to find new suppliers. When the country expired and received contract proposal from a driving inter.
So, as we already discussed, Gilpin already had a long-standing business relationship contract with this brewing manufacturer. So their second offer, it actually wasn't very appealing. And the choice to make between Styles and Gilpin was based on pricing and financial stability, which Gilpin offered. But the main concern is that Gilpin actually threatened to detain shipments in retaliation should the company renew its contract with them. and it is also expected that there would be a rebate for the current year, which approximated about 4.4% of the total merchandise purchased from them. Over the course of the 3 years, the renewal fee for Gilpin was an estimated $47 million. And if the contract was actually awarded to Styles as the sole supplier, the annual cost would approximate about $15 million. And they stated that in the third year, the price would actually increase by 3%. It would be, again, $15 million times the 3%, which would be $470,500 and approximately $45, which would reduce the cost of the 3-year contract discussed with Gilpin. So if they're chosen as the primary supplier, that would be the cost. Alternatively, if it is renewed with Gilpin, the company could save an average of $2 million annually, and that would be based on the second proposal. And so that would be $2 million by 3, in addition to the previous discussed cost, that would be approximately 41 million. So that would be decreased from the 47.
Against Rocky Plains LTD. The company needs to come with a supplier for its product labels. So the company also need to come up with the best supplier about best prices and best quality. Mike, the packaging material, the company need to find a supplier before the contract ends with the other company, Golfin INC Printing, to end. So if they want to continue with the Golfin, they have to pay $4.4 million to continue the business with him. But if they want to cancel, Mike expects $690,000 for rebate. But the Golfin company needs to continue this business, otherwise they want to go out of the business, because they get 50% of their revenue come from only with this contract. They had this contract about 15 years. So the bottom line is they should accommodate with each other as a supplier and as a buyer. Thank you.
Mike must make a decision now as time is running out, and not having the label supplier poses even a bigger issue. This resulted in him approaching another company called Styles. They're a label manufacturing company. Not only do they offer paper labels, but they also offer metallicized ink on it. This would eliminate trim out square cut labels, optimizing the size, and as well as they could be saving a lot on shipping. Styles states that they would not increase the price for at least 2 years, and even by the third year, if they did, it would be at a maximum of 3%. Style also states that if they were to incur any additional costs, that being raw material cost, they would share that with Plains Brewing. Mike also estimates that by going with Styles, they could be saving as much as $2.5 million in the following year compared to Gilpin's proposal.